Hi, and welcome to Wednesday, September 16th video for Physics of Earth and Space Science. So this video is if you missed class, or if you were in class and you missed something that we talked about in class. So let's go into first information about schedule change. As I told you all, the schedule has changed for support hours. So your support hours are no longer Tuesday and Friday. They are now Monday and Thursday. And this is a school-wide change, and this change was made so that you have a set time for each class to receive support. That way, if a teacher needs you, you won't be requested by two teachers at the same time. Okay. Now, this schedule is a full schedule for the week. It also shows you the times that I have planning blocks. If you would like to access this schedule, you go to Schoology, and it's in your work list. So all you need to do is click on the work list. At the top, it says St. Fleur class schedule. You can click this pop-out box here if you need to. And here's my schedule, along with an explanation of what happens during each block. So that's that. And remember, you can receive support hours using the links that are on the side. So for block 3, there will be 3 links. My support hours are the second link. And for block 2, it's the bottom. Now, the final thing I'll say about support hours is if I invite you to VIP support hours, you are required to attend. I will take attendance. So if I feel like you need help with something, or we need to work on something together so that you get it done, I will send you an invite through Schoology message. So make sure you attend. Announcements. Notebooks will be checked on Friday. Those are notes for 1.1. I will link the videos that go along with your notebook in case you need to see those. I'm going to update the grades after school today, and I'll be specifically sending out messages for those folks who need to come to me tomorrow for help with your note sheet. So if you didn't submit your note sheet or you didn't do it well, I'll send you a message. Okay, so we are now starting Unit 1.2, which is Layers of the Earth. So what we did was we first started by reviewing what we know about the layers of the Earth, and we did that through a what do you think? So I put a question on the screen, and then you can just pause the video and answer it yourself, and then press play to see the answer. So the first question is, what does this image show? If you need to, pause the video. This image shows what's inside the planet, or layers of the Earth. Next question, like an onion, Earth has different layers. According to the image, how many layers does Earth have? Pause the video now, and when you press play again, the answer will be revealed. So you probably can see, if you count, it has 1, 2, 3, 4 layers. Those are 4 layers of the Earth. Which layers look the thinnest? Okay, pause the video now, and if you need help again, the answer will be revealed. All right, it's the first layer. That is the thinnest looking layer. Okay, so that's the first layer that looks the thinnest. Now let's move on to the next one. Which one looks the thickest? Pause the video now. When you press play again, the answer will be revealed. So for this one, I think it's hard to tell from the picture, and that kind of makes sense because, so in my third block class, most people said the second layer. But in my fourth block class, most people said either the second, third, or fourth. And it's hard to tell from the picture because this picture is a model of the Earth. It's not the actual Earth. And so it may not be accurate. Last question, which layer do you think is the hottest? Pause the video now. When you press play again, the answer will be revealed. Once again, it's hard to tell from the picture. So some people said it was the second layer because it's this really red color. And some folks said it was the fourth layer because it's a white hot color. So you're going to actually learn the answers to these in an exploration. So specifically what you're going to learn in this unit on layers of the Earth, the name of each layer, what it's called, what the layer is made of, the temperature, which state of matter, so is it a solid, liquid, or gas, and describe what happens in that layer. And as I said, you're going to do this through an exploration. So now let's go to the exploration. For that, you'll need to go to your Schoology homepage. You're going to click on the Unit 1 folder. And we are in week 2. So click on the W2 for week 2. Now, today is Wednesday, so you're going to click on the Wednesday folder. And right now, the only thing that's in there is this Layers of the Earth activity. Later, I will put the PowerPoint and the video link, so you may see other things in the folder. But for right now, it would be this one. To open it up, you're going to click on the image there, and it'll take you to this. So this activity has several parts. The first part is just sort of capturing what you know. So it says the Earth has blank layers that are distinguished by their properties, like their composition, densities, thickness, temperature, and pressure. In this blank, you're going to type the number of layers that you see on Earth. So again, we counted 1, 2, 3, 4. So wherever you see a question mark in this activity, you will just type in that box the answer that fills in the blank. So in this case, we're going to type in the number 4, because there are 4 layers. 1, 2, 3, 4. The next slide is your KWL Queue. Now, the purpose of a KWL Queue is for you to take a moment to think about what you know about the layers of the Earth or the lesson before you learn it. And then capture what you learned and any questions that you have. So the way that it's divided, the first thing you're going to do before you do the rest of the exploration is you're going to type down what you know and what you want to know about layers of the Earth. For example, you may now know that the Earth has 4 layers. So you can write, I know the Earth has 4 layers. Okay. Now what you may want to know is I want to know what each layer is called. So these are 2 things that you can write, something you can write in the know and want to know. Now for the KW part, you need to fill out at least 3 things. 3 things. You can put, you can put all 3 in the know. You can write all 3 in the want to know. Or you can mix and match. Maybe 2 in the know and 1 in the want to know. But you need to write at least 3. Okay. Once you've done that, you cannot do the learn until after you've done the activity. So now we need to do the activity. So this is the document page for the activity. Here's a slice of the Earth. It sort of looks like a pizza slice. And what you're going to do for this is you're going to label this diagram. And there are 2 types of labels that you see here. You see a white box with dotted lines, and you also see the gray box. Let's talk about what goes in the white box. For the white box, you're going to use the words in the word bank. So if you click on a word in the word bank, you can move it to wherever you think it goes. Now, I just want to let you know, this is not the right answer. Not the right answer. So I'm going to move it back. I'm just showing you how you do it. So wherever you see a white box with dotted lines, you're going to move the word from the word bank into the appropriate label. Now, what about the gray boxes? For the gray boxes, notice that there are 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. each box is pointing to one of the 4 layers of the Earth. So each box is pointing to one of these 4 layers. Now, what you're going to do is at the top of each of these boxes, you'll see a line with nothing written on it. There, you are going to write the name of that layer. For example, this top layer is called the crust. So you would type crust there. These other boxes will have different names because they're pointing to different layers. Okay, next we have composition. Composition describes what that layer is made of. So some layers are made of things like nickel and iron, and others are made of things like aluminum and silicon. So you'll find that out in the exploration. The next line is for thickness. How thick is it? And then finally, the states of matter. Is it a solid or a liquid? So let's take a look at where you would get the information to fill this out. To find this information, you would go to you would use these resources. The first resource, if you open it up, is a reading. Now, this reading has a lot of information, but it also has a lot of great pictures. Look at this picture, for example. Notice how this picture tells you the thickness, 1,800 miles, 1,400 miles thick, 800 miles thick. It tells you the thickness of each of the layers. So you can use these thicknesses to fill in this line. For example, if we're looking at the second one, the mantle, it says it's 1,800 miles thick. So, in this activity, for the second one, for thickness, I would write 1,800 miles. Now, the other thing this tells you is it tells you what some of the levels are made of. For example, the second one from the bottom, iron and nickel. Iron and nickel. So that's what it's made of. It's made of iron and nickel. So for this one, you would fill in iron and nickel. And you can make the box bigger if you would like. Now, I made a mistake here. I just want to go back to this one. Notice for this one, I put the 1,800 miles in composition. That's in the wrong spot. So I'm going to move that. That should go in this box for thickness, how thick it is. Now that's better. So that first activity really helps you with filling in the gray boxes, I think. I think you want to use it for that. Now the second resource is really good for the labels, for the little box, for the white boxes. It's good for this one. So what do I mean? If you look at this image here, you will see it has some of those words like lithosphere, asthenosphere. So let's take a look at those words, asthenosphere and lithosphere. It shows you where they are. The lithosphere on the very top and the asthenosphere right underneath it. So those two words would go, one of those two words would go in these boxes here. Lower mantle, upper mantle, oceanic crust, etc. I think that this one is helpful for this. But let's say you're still confused and you need more help. You have 2 more resources. There is an awesome video that you can watch.
Did you know
and there's a textbook reading that you can look at. Which again, I would look for pictures to help me. So that is all you're doing for this activity. Now, this is technically due. Oh wait, there's one more, I forgot. After you have finished labeling all of the boxes and filling in these boxes, then you want to go back to your KWL and write down what you learned. For example, you can say, I learned the top layer is the is called the crust. You need to write 3 things here. Something that you've learned from the exploration after you filled in the boxes. Now finally, if you have any questions, you can write that here. Maybe your question is, I want to know why the Earth has layers. All right, so that is it for this video. This activity is technically due tonight. I want you to do it tonight. But if you need more time, just let me know in Schoology. All right? I hope you found this video helpful. Send me a message if you have more questions. All right, folks? Don't forget to check your work list. Have a quality day.